Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I'm your host, Keisha. As always, I've got producer James here in the studio with me.
Hey.
And he's looking super dad bod today.
That's only because I got a tank top on.
Yeah, but then there's the hair, the lack of muscle that used to be there, the white arms.
Don't you hate it when you used to be an athlete and then you get a little older and you stop working out and you still think you have an athletic shape?
Yeah, you do.
And then somebody looks at you and you're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, you just really look like you're from San Leon today.
For those that don't know,
Or not from the area.
yeah, to make that local, think of whatever town you guys make fun of. That's San Leon to us.
Yeah, like if you live in San Leon, don't at me. I mean, if you live by the water and have a boat, we can chill. It's just the other parts of San Leon that are just, it is
The
not a
rest.
compliment for someone to say you look like you're from San Leon.
No.
No. And you got that real San Leonian look about you today. You really, really do.
The only thing I don't have is my tank top is black, not white. So it's not a full wife beater.
Yeah, and you don't have a can of Budweiser and you don't have a Let's Go Brandon t-shirt on because that's what we see there. Speaking of that, now we're in like debate season.
It's
And
not a
this is
debate.
just the worst thing. You know, I'm not going to get into politics, but I'm like, here we go. Now I got to fucking clean up my Facebook friends list because motherfuckers are going to piss me off posting their political views. Like, I want to continue to like you. Why do you tip me by posting political? I mean, because now everybody interned at CNN. Everyone's a political activist, a political commentator. No, you barely made it through high school. I know you. Stop it. Why are you talking politics? And I mean, really, right now, it's the battle of the old bastards.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You mean you've got them both up there saying Iran instead of Iran. It's just the holy clusterfuck of just geriatric messiness going on right now. It's just like,
It's a demented versus the decrepit.
yeah, while everyone's over there watching that, I'm like watching old episodes of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm doing a total rewatch because that's what I do. That's what's important to me. It was so funny because we had this conversation this weekend. We were listening to a comedy special. Who's the comedian?
Oh, Bill Burr.
So he has this saying, and it's completely true. I could not even justify, because I'll argue in a minute, but I was like, yes, that is so true. He says that, the women in the WNBA don't understand why they don't make as much money. And, part of the reason is because they don't sell enough tickets because basically he said women are failing women. They rather stay at home and watch Bravo TV, The Real Housewives, where women are tearing each other down, than going out to support young ladies who have gone through college, played college basketball, tried out for these teams, are national professional basketball players. And I can't even sit here and lie to you. Until they had that whole Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark college battle, I forgot there was a WNBA still. I was like, that shit still exists? I'm like, where do they play at? Like, what is, because I would pay money. I would pay money to watch The Real Housewives.
And that is so sad.
I would pay money to go and meet them. I would pay money look, I have artwork that is solely the housewives.
A bunch of it.
A
folks.
bunch of them, and they're framed. And one day my mom walked in, she goes, "You're not related to these people. These people are not famous." Like, shut your mouth.
She has more pictures of the housewives than she does her own family.
Yeah, like all the professional family photos are like in different drawers or closets, just have never been touched.
They're hidden.
But all of my stuff from Who Gon' Sketch Me Boo, all my housewives artwork is all framed. Nice brass antique frames. Like, they are cared for with lots of love and affection. It's just like, children, don't touch those things. Like, yes, go break the laptop. Go break this, go break that, but don't touch the housewives. Like,
Meanwhile, our anniversary pictures are somewhere in a shoebox. I don't even know where.
yeah, like look, in order for me and James to have a picture of us that's semi-professional, it's basically when we go to a nice restaurant, they got the picture girl going around saying, "Hey, would you like a picture?" There are like for $10 you can get one, or you can get two for 20. Do you want black or white? Do you want those are our professional photos that we have together.
We would do better to go to a fucking glamour shots.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I would pick up the photos, but I wouldn't put them up on the wall. They would never get framed. They just sit around. But you send me pictures of Nene Leakes. Yeah, she's going to get a fucking frame. She's got a spot on the wall.
You're going to get her whole room. Like the theme of your room.
Yeah, I have a piano room, and the theme is Glamour Housewives. Okay? I take this shit. This is where I spend my money. I would wear a jersey that said Teresa Giudice. I would pay $65 for that.
Have a basketball jersey with Teresa
With Teresa Giudice on it, okay?
Not Cheryl Swoops.
No. You give me a headband that says Bedazzled by Giselle, I'm fucking buying it. That's what I'm spending you tell me that a housewife just like started a new company, I'm the fool who's going to run out there and say, I got to have it. I got to buy it.
See,
I need it.
And I think you just solved the problem and didn't even know it. If you get a housewife to make to make basketball shoes, to make real athletic gear,
yeah, we'd buy it.
I think you'd save the WNBA.
Well, I don't want to say the WNBA. I want to make sure Bravo TV stays on. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna buy whatever those bitches are selling. That excites me. That is like a reunion is the equivalent of Super Bowl to me. I'm like, oh no, we got to plan our meals around the reunion. What am I going to wear while I'm watching a reunion? You know, are we going to do a group chat about the reunion? Like this is big. Are we betting who's going to get slapped? Like literally last Sunday while watching the New Jersey Housewife, we saw two women go fucking at it. Do you know that is like the equivalent of like Mike Tyson fucking knocking someone out. Okay?
That's
like,
hockey fight.
There was instant replay. There was slow motion. Let me see a speed up version of it.
A couple of analysts going.
Yeah. One of these, she got knocked the fuck upside the head. Like we saw her head go back to the side.
Back into the lift.
That excites me. I'm like, I should have bet. Like we should have done like bingo cards or something. Like, how do you do the little football polls things? Like you buy a ticket, like the squares.
Oh yeah, squares. Yeah,
I should have done something like that.
You could have done a drinking game. All kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, WNBA. Like, I get it. I kind of wish So since I rediscovered that there is one, okay. I have noticed, like, on TikTok, like, look, if the WNBA shit is not on TikTok, I'm not going to know that it happened. So I did notice on TikTok, they started doing something that is of interest to me in regards to the WNBA. They started showing the girls when they're going to the game. You know how the NFL players, or is it when they leave the game, they dress up, put on their nice stuff to go out to the bus?
Kind of both. Yeah, when they're going, like, leaving the game, or sometimes when they show up, they'll all be decked out.
So I feel like all the women who are interested in basketball need to start buying these tickets because these girls have to make more money because their wardrobes are horrific.
Because you know why?
Why?
They're professional athletes who care about the game. And they have no crowd to impress.
Well, no. Here's the thing. The girls are coming out. This is like, they're walking through the tunnel moment, not to go out onto the court, but so they can go to the dressing room. Where the fuck they go to get dressed for the game? I don't know what it's called. The dressing room, locker room?
Locker room.
Ew. So, yeah. So they try to dress up, but they don't know how to. Some of them try to wear heels. I'm like, oh, look at that baby deer. First few steps on fucking snow.
On a frozen
over
lake.
there on a frozen lake
Like
over there.
Bambi.
Look at her. Bless her heart. But in this case, it would be like a giraffe, a baby giraffe, because, they got the long legs and all this kind of stuff. But it's just like, man, they could use a little, maybe we should introduce them to the makeup artist who does all the housewives makeup work and stuff like that. Because they need a little bit of help. But I hope more women, not me, start supporting the WNBA. I'm not going to a game. I'm not going to buy a tennis shoe. I'm not going to know who the fuck you're even talking about unless it's Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark. I know no other players. Period. Point blank. I just
Cheryl Swoops.
But
that's only because her
like
name.
Old, right?
Yeah, but that's only because her name is.
Sure. Like if she walked into my house right now, I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And she'd be like, "Cheryl Swoops." I'm like, "Oh, that's what you look like."
Who this tall bitch?
I'm like, "Damn, this bitch is tall." Is she gonna fit through the door? Cheryl Swoops. It still would take me a minute to even realize. So I'm like, that's the girl that used to what did she do? Something with the ball, something with the ball. I'm like, okay, the bitch is 7'4". Maybe she played professional basketball. Okay. And then there's one, what, Leslie Jordan. No, Leslie, what was her name?
Yeah, boy,
Leslie.
you really are into
Her
Bravo.
name is Leslie
I don't know.
something.
I know Brittany Griner.
Oh, I only know her
Okay.
because, I thought that was fucked up how they kept her in that country because she
Hmm.
had weed.
Yeah.
Weed should be free. Okay. Well, I mean, I thought that was, I was worried. I was concerned. I really was concerned. I was like, Biden, please go get her.
Well, nothing, Mother Russia.
Yeah. I was just like, of all the places, dirty ass Russia.
Yeah.
Look, don't at me if you're Russian. I'm just saying what we see on TV. I'm saying what we saw on, like, I don't know which Creed movie, whenever Creed was fighting Drogov's son,
Drago.
Drago's son, and they showed Russia. It looked pretty fuck up to me. I mean, I think about is the Berlin Wall? That's Germany,
That's
right?
Germany.
Yeah, Russia. No, I just think about Vodka,
There you go.
and 90 Day Fiance. That's Russia. And whenever
And
they
the Cold
show,
War.
and whenever that happened,
Communism.
yeah, that too, that sucked. But whenever, like, you see a picture of Russia, it's not cute.
There are parts that are pretty, but not Moscow, I guess.
Well, when they show that one building that's kind of
Yeah, that's in Moscow. That's in the capital.
well, stick to the capital. Only film within the capital if you're talking about
Don't show
Russia.
Siberia or any of those
No,
fucking
no.
waiting in line for potatoes shit.
Yeah, we don't need all that negativity in our life. So no.
Old babushka.
Babushka. Okay, speaking of babushkas, it is time for the gab.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
All right. So, I try to be an investigative reporter, and I feel like, how you've made it a little bit in your field, just like a little bit, something that makes you tap yourself on the back and say, hey, I did good work here. I did good work. Is when you have people that follow you, that know you're following a story, so they do boots on the ground for you and send you information, and you take all the credit for it and you talk about it on your podcast. That's the level that I'm at now. I mean, all I got to do is make one Instagram story about a topic that, is of interest to me, and I've got like 17 people sending me information. Well, I have been following this story for you. I did the deep dive, so you don't have to. I'm like, oh, girl, please go ahead. I'm sipping on a margarita. What'd you find out?
You have correspondence.
I have
now.
correspondence, and I treat them as though I'm like, really? Is that what you heard? Well, let's cross-reference here because this is what I found out. But you know what? I'm lazy as fuck, and I probably didn't read the whole thing, so we're gonna go with what you found out. That's when I'm like, I did good here. Never mind all the years I was a social worker and helping the youth. I feel the most proud of my boots on the ground people when we're doing celebrity news and gossip. That's fulfilling for me. I know I have done good in this world. I could die a happy woman, but I prefer to die a rich woman. So give me a show, someone. So Amber Portwood, who you could call her one of the bad girls from Teen Mom. I mean, she's one of those bitches. I've been following her from 16 and pregnant. Whenever Gary went to Walmart and bought her an engagement ring, it was like $100. Then he took it back because he said that was too much, and he got like some kind of Nintendo PlayStation thing or something like that. I mean, we've been there. We've watched her give birth to 2 babies. I mean, like, I'm invested in her life. I've seen her get arrested. I've seen her on drugs. I've seen her off of drugs. We've been there when she chased one fiance with a fucking machete while he was holding their infant son. Like, we know her. So anyway, the new season of Teen Mom just started. I just don't know. How can MTV just say, look, it's not working? Some of us are a little bit devoted, but mostly it's just background sound for us at this point. I don't know. But I don't know if this was a stunt, but it did pique my interest a little bit more in this season. So we watched her call her daughter a dick on her birthday. And then every season, Amber is engaged to a new guy. So it's never, ever, ever like surprising when she's like, oh, I'm dating someone new. So it's like, oh, here we fucking go again. You instantly think, how's it gonna end? You never think, oh, great, Amber, maybe this guy's the one.
Never supportive of her.
It's just like, oh shit,
waiting for
how's
the
this
fucking
one gonna end?
disaster.
Because they never end well. Like they end in complete fucking chaos, each one of them. I'm like, usually people have like one bad breakup story. She's got like 10. I'm like,
That's
God,
a problem.
yeah, because the problem is her. She just refuses to admit that. So she, on the new show, she said that she started dating someone, which we kind of already knew this because the story had already broke. So she's engaged to this guy. His name is Gary, which we all know her from. We know Big Gary. That's her baby daddy. So it's like, oh, it's Gary 2.0, but he's Asian.
And I was wondering because he looked Asian.
Yeah, and he's Asian, but pale.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I know what it is. His eyebrows. There's a lack there of eyebrows, and he's bald.
It's not enough eyebrow.
There's not enough eyebrow. He's bald, and it just looks like a dick. You know what I mean?
He kind of looks like an alien. A little
Yeah,
bit.
just. But he was also kind of cute. Like, he could be cute with hair and eyebrows. Like, if he went and got microbladed and got a lace front, he would be good to go. But he didn't do that. But he's tall. He's actually a cute guy. He just lacks hair.
Right.
In all the wrong places that I don't, you know what, I should stop. Maybe he's like an Asian powder. Maybe he can't this is just how he is. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting over here, my black ass is judging. I'm just saying. Okay, so we've got Asian Gary, or Gary 2.0 is what we're going to call him.
No, he's Asian Gary.
Asian Gary. So, she announces that they're dating, and she never dates for long at all. And before you know it, oh, we're engaged. You're like, here we fucking go. As soon as she says, I'm the engaged, it's like, here's the countdown, start the clock. Because shit's about to go downhill. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It is downhill from there. Like, literally, collectively, when we all read that, we just put our heads down and just shit. Like, here we fucking go again. And we were correct. This will happen even quicker. So I want to say maybe a month. I could be off. My memory sometimes, and I never write shit down. All the stuff y'all hear from me is just basically improv. So sometimes I forget a fact, but you fucking guys know who I am, and I forget facts. So you're like, oh, better go Google that one. So they get engaged. They go to her brother's wedding, which is like in another, I want to say it's in another state. Or if it's not another, no, they flew. So it's far, not close to home, whatever. So they go to her brother's wedding, right? And I guess they had rented a cabin. Maybe it was like North Carolina or something like that, but like not like New York, because New York would be like, ugh, cabins. Like, no, we don't do that here. We're so New York. So they're staying in this cabin, and all we know is we start seeing on the interwebs that her new fiance, a missing persons report has been filed on him. What? Wait a minute. Fuck a presidential debate. Let's see what's going on right here.
Where did Asian Gary go?
Where is Asian Gary? So we're looking for Asian Gary. We're like, what do you mean he's missing? Like, what?
It's a grown-ass man. Did he just disappear?
Well, everyone's kind of like, okay, it's Amber saying he's missing. This is not like a real thing, until like a fucking official police little thing has been.
It's a big story.
With Asian Gary on the front with his hat on. It's like, whoa, this is real shit. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, then we're like, what did Amber do to him? Amber has killed Gary 2.0. Like, no one doubted it for a second. We're all like messaging each other like,
about time.
Do y'all think he's in the backyard? And then it's like, do you think she killed him? Do you think she's holding him captive? Every finger pointed at her. And so, she has done this report, which I thought it was kind of odd. I'm like, why isn't his family doing this? But whatever. So you've got the report out. We're all on a mission collectively trying to connect the puzzle pieces. We're like, oh, do you think she like fed him to the dog? Oh, how do you think she killed him? Because we're all convinced at this point she has done something to this man. But just based off of her history, we know you. We have seen you punch Big Gary in the face, and Gary is like 6 foot something. He big.
Yeah.
You know, we have seen you step up to him. And I think Amber's like, what, 5'3" at most? But she's one of those little, I don't know if she's like a chihuahua. What kind?
Pug?
No, she is like a baby hyena. We're not going to compare her to like, our friendly pets and things like that. She's a fucking hyena.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're not going to compare it to something we could actually love.
No, something we just only are like, oh, boy, there it is. Stand still.
All animal control.
Move back. Oh, my God. What the fuck is going on? There's a hyena right there.
No sudden moves.
No sudden moves. Don't make eye contact.
Flash photography.
Let's all collectively get together so we appear bigger to this hyena.
Let's all swell up like toads.
Yes, like make ourselves as big as we can. So she has for some odd reason told his family, and we don't know this until she does this whack ass interview. Look, I'd rather you not cry than fake cry.
Right.
Because fake cry to me is quite comical, and I'm not going to pay attention to anything that you're saying. I don't care how important it is. You can tell me there's a missing fucking toddler riding a fucking zebra down Highway 3, and if you're fake crying while saying it, I don't know what the fuck you even talk about. Because all I can focus on is the fakeness of the crime. Like, is this bitch really serious right now? So she's like, we didn't get into an argument, nothing like that. We have a very good relationship. No, don't listen to what other people are saying. No, there was nothing about it. We had a very good relationship. Our relationship is good. No, there wasn't an argument. He's gone. So now we're following what the police are telling us. And it appears he just fucking disappeared. Yeah. Like no one there's no clue. He left his phone. Oh.
Just amps grade.
So, as days go by, we start to calm down a little bit and said, maybe this is not a case of murder. Even though some of us were secretly hoping that it was, like, man, this is going to make something good to talk about. Fucking Amber she broke. She totally lost it. She fucking killed someone this time. And I know that makes us really horrible people, but that really gives us something to sit back and watch. It's like, damn, she went from 60. Yeah, I'm like, well, the funny thing about it is because Big Gary, he actually did say, man, we need to help find this guy. He posted the missing person poster on his page, but he fucking hashtag Carol Baskin. And while I'm laughing at that, I'm like, oh my God, Big Gary, she's gonna fucking kill you too. Both the Garys are gonna be missing.
That is real funny though.
Yeah, so then she does like another interview. She's like, okay, we had an emotional conversation, okay? It wasn't anything heavy. It was like us talking, but there was a lot of emotion. When I'm talking to a man and it's emotion, we fight. Okay, we in a straight up argument.
Well, let's be clear. You don't talk with emotion. You yell and you yell with emotion.
I'm throwing by now. Okay. So we're like, oh shit, here we go. She goes, the only thing that we talked about during this talk was that, his family, him coming from a Vietnamese family, they just really didn't like it. Bitch, white people don't like you and don't want you to date their son. Don't bring their race into this. If I had a son, I wouldn't want my half-breed son to marry your ass. No. I wouldn't want a nephew, a cousin, a brother, nobody I wouldn't even want you to walk my dog. I'm like, if this bitch gets upset, she's gonna kick a hole through my dog's chest. Like, she's crazy. So it's like, oh shit, here we go. Then we start collectively gathering more facts. We're like, he's hiding from her. He's hiding from her, and we really may need a search team out because he's in like a wooded area. Where is Gary? Like, at this point, we've concluded we're gonna find Gary dead.
Right.
We don't know if we're going to find him murdered by Amber or he has fallen victim to the wilderness. Okay? Until mysteriously, someone spots him in a whole other state. Like, he went so far away, like, this is a person running from an abusive husband.
Wow.
Yeah. So someone spotted him in a Verizon store. which makes
Getting a new
sense
phone.
because he got a new phone. This is how you know somebody is running and they fear for their life. They don't even take their phone.
Nope.
It's like fuck 911 because 911 gonna make me go back and have to talk in front of this bitch. I need to get as far away as possible
I need a new
from this
phone.
person.
I need a new phone number.
I need a new
carrier.
identity. Where is witness protection? Y'all, it's Amber Portwood. That's her name. That's who I need protection from. So at this point, people are like, he doesn't even know he's a missing person. Because he's got no cell phone. You know, he's just, I guess, just been driving. Because at this point, we know he actually did drive away.
Okay.
First, he was spotted at a Walgreens nearby, and then he was spotted like way far away.
Okay. So
yeah.
he just said fuck it, drove off.
Yeah, without his phone.
Well, yeah, you want to escape.
That is when you're running for your life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because if I'm in an argument and I'm mad, I'm still going to grab my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you want to call the person and keep that going.
That's what I do. That's what I do. But I guess if I was really trying to get away from a motherfucker, you say, fuck the phone.
I'm off the grid.
That
I'm
is
out.
when you're like, I don't even want this person calling me.
Don't want them calling me. Don't want them to know my location.
I don't want them to know if I'm okay.
I don't want to call and tell everybody what's going on.
Because then, I am
Off the
gone.
grid.
Yes, I'm done. So then he finally does call the police. He's like, look, this is Gary. I think his last name's like Wade or Wyatt or something like that.
Not win.
No,
Okay,
and
sorry.
you're trying your hardest to get us canceled, and I cannot realize why. This could possibly be the last show. And if it is, it's because he says stuff like that. You know, it's different when I say it because I'm a person of color.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when a white Hitler's fucking wet dream over here says it,
Oh, fuck.
it comes off a little bit.
I'm not even German.
Comes off a little racist.
My eyes are brown.
But I mean, you know, they're really dark brown. That really makes you more colored right there with your brown eyes. So he calls the police station. He's like, "This is Gary 2.0. This is how I
It's
look."
Asian Gary.
Yeah, this is not the white one, the Asian one. I'm him. He gave he's like, here's my driver's license number. He gave everything so that they could know it really was him.
Right.
But at the end of this statement, I don't know if this is true or not, but in my mind, this is true. He said, don't let that bitch know I'm alive.
Don't tell Amber.
Tell that bitch I'm dead. Tell her I was lost at sea. I don't know. Tell her I was attacked by a pack of wild dogs. I fucking don't know. Don't let her know I'm still on Earth. I don't want her to know at all. So she is just like, wow. He ran away from me. I'm like, girl, what you, I mean, I done ran a man or two off before, but they always come back. I mean, we don't have to file police reports or anything like that. I'm like, what did you do to him? Like, I'm like, I need pictures of him. I need to know, are there any cuts and bruises? He's like, I've got one arm left. My knees are fucked up, but I don't even want to go to the hospital because she may find me there. I'm okay. Tell my family I'm good. I'm not even driving home because she knows where my family lives at. Like,
We were in bed. She was laying on my arm, and I chewed that motherfucker off like a coyote in a trap.
Ran. It's like, damn, your whole fiance really ran away from you and hid, and we had a national fucking search for him.
Cross state lines.
Yeah, and because he did not want to be with your ass anymore. So he's made like no contact with her now that, you know, the police said, okay, we've made contact. There, you know, this is no longer a missing persons report. This stupid bitch right here just announced this week, I called off the engagement. Bitch, you ain't got no fiance.
You didn't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
I think he called it off when he crossed 10 zip codes in the state line.
Yeah, I think when he left there without his phone, he was saying, bitch, goodbye. I called up what engagement? It was just a criminal investigation like 3 days ago. But you called off the investigation? Really? Okay. So yeah, that was a hot topic right there. That had everyone's juices
It was like
going.
national. It was a national story.
Yeah, this was like big time. I mean, I would get up early in the morning for shit like this. I'm like, have you guys heard anything about Amber? Have you heard anything about Amber? Have they found Gary 2.0? No, I heard they haven't found Gary 2.0. Oh, what state do you think he is? I don't know. I think he's still in the backyard hiding from. I mean, it was like that. This brought people together. This brought generations together. It brought all the races together. Like everyone collectively were concerned for Gary 2.0.
This was little Jessica in a well all
Yes, it
over
was.
again.
We're all in front of our
We're all-
phones waiting for updates. Has the child been spotted in the well? Is the fireman going to be able to reach down there to get child? Is the child getting enough oxygen? This is how we were concerned about Gary 2.0. So RIP to that relationship. I'm glad that Gary is okay. But I had a couple of people message me. Man, I was kind of hoping we had like a murder.
That's terrible.
Like, that's really terrible. But me too. Like, but we can't. Like, don't say that to other people. We're just gonna keep it between us. I mean, that was gonna be podcasters. We're gonna have a lot to fucking talk about.
True.
All right. So, oh God, this is just as bad. So Kenya Moore has basically gotten her ass fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I look, I haven't watched Atlanta in several seasons. It just got to a point I was like, I don't like these new people. I don't get them. Just where is Nene? When is Nene coming back? And I love Kenya. I have loved Kenya Moore since she was crowned Miss USA. I have talked about that multiple times on the podcast. Like, she's that girl. She is wacky. She is crazy. She's bold. I think she's a hoot. Some people don't like her at all because she's messy, but I mean, I think she's quite hilarious. So they are currently filming the 16th season of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
16th.
16th.
Wow.
Yeah. So apparently, Kenya has opened this new hair salon because she's got, she started her own hair care line. Kenya Moore Hair Care. Kenya Moore Hair Care. Everybody, Kenya Moore Hair Care. Kenya Moore. I could tell I'm alone and black in this room right now because nobody was clapping and no one's ever heard this before. So she started her hair care line. And so now she's opened up like this luxury salon. So while they're filming the grand opening of this. So apparently, while she's up there, thanks for coming. We've got the Chamber of Commerce over here. Thank you so much for coming to this ribbon cutting ceremony of my new hair salon. But everyone come over here to this poster-sized picture of this bitch I don't like sucking someone's dick.
What?
Yeah. So she's got this is just what I have been gathering from bits and pieces of, all of the Bravo people that I follow. So people are there and they're like, holy shit, that's a dick. So she's got this girl performing, giving this guy a blow job, and she's blown up the picture. And I think there's other posters about other things about this person. Like, this is going to be a new person to the cast. I think her name is Brittany something. I've never heard of her before. I don't know why she was selected to be on the show. I don't know what's special about her. They could have fucking come down here to Houston, Texas, hired my black ass to be on there. That's all I'm saying. So, once this gets out that, oh my gosh, this is revenge porn, what has Kenya done? She immediately goes to, that is not what happened. That's not what happens. That's not what happened. But then you have people who were there. They were like, oh my God, yeah, that, like someone was recording, like, that's a dick right there. So Kenya is saying that it was, everybody's lying. This is not what happened. She did not put this up. She's also accused this Brittany person and some of Brittany's people of coming on her property. Supposedly someone had a gun, and Kenya felt very threatened. She even released a recording of her saying, look, these people have been they jumped over my fence or something like that. And she's like, I stay packing, da 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 da. So supposedly it is this newbie or someone who's affiliated with this newbie pissed her all the way off to the point that she felt the need to ruin her own grand opening and lose her job to post a picture of this girl doing this.
That is a legendary level of petty, I think.
But everyone's saying it's revenge porn.
But
yeah. I have questions.
I mean,
Okay. So to me, revenge porn is you hooked up with someone, they recorded it, y'all broke up, and they released it on the interwebs. That's like an example of revenge porn.
That's an example.
Okay.
But it's really anytime somebody shows images of somebody in sexual acts without their permission. That's really, I mean, revenge porn is really just a form of, showing somebody without their permission.
But my thing is, where does she get the pictures from?
Well, who knows? Somebody must have sent them to her.
Like, did someone send them to her? Like, does this girl have an OnlyFans page? And she got, like, there's so many
who
levels
knows?
to it. And Kenya is claiming complete innocence at this point, okay? So first, Bravo said, we are thinking about, we are suspending Kenya, okay? So, okay, they've only filmed, like, so many hours. So we're thinking, she put her on pause for a minute, okay? But here's the thing. The Real Housewives of Atlanta has been sinking so much. Like, Kenya's their MVP. Like, she's the star of the show, right?
Right.
So everyone's like, okay, they're going to suspend her for like maybe a couple of episodes. That's no big deal. But Kenya's like, wait a minute, you're suspending me? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm telling you this isn't true, blah, 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 blah. And you know, what is going on? So everyone starts really rallying around Kenya and at this point, everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? So then Bravo says, we are suspending her for the rest of season 16 with the possibility of her returning. Then another day came by, said, Bravo says they never said anything about a possibility of returning. Like, she's suspended indefinitely.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh my God. They need to throw away the whole goddamn show. Like, I mean, people like, okay, for a person like me who has been watching several seasons, was very excited about this new season because we got Portia Williams back and she's going through her divorce.
Yeah.
And then we've got Kenya and then their dynamics. So like, okay, this may be worth checking out again. And I heard Cynthia Bailey's going to be on a few shows. It's like, okay, I'm excited about watching this. What the fuck you mean Twirl ain't going to be on there anymore? What, like, where is the, I mean, it's doomed.
Right.
So, you know, you've got different people saying that this isn't fair to Kenya. You've got a lot of the housewives coming to bat for her. Then they're bringing up other examples where things have happened on Bravo TV.
Well, didn't Danielle Staub have a sex tape?
Yeah, so she, on one of the seasons that she was on, and I remember this, you know, she had a sex tape that was out. And I'm trying to go through my Rolodex of housewives. I can't remember if the guy sent the sex tape to some of the husbands of the housewives, but all I know is that Joe Gorga was like showing this tape to all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat similar.
So people are saying, he's still on the show.
Right.
Why is he still on the show? And Kenya, who, to me, I'm like, I'm not saying she's like the star of Bravo, but this is somebody who's helping pay the fucking light bill over at Bravo. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
she's bringing in money, and she's also making a lot of money being on that show. So now she's thinking about seeking legal counsel. I would.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, she's like, I'm a single black mother. You know, you can always play. I mean, look, if you can play the card, I guess play the card. Because it does become, well, in this case, it becomes kind of a race thing and a sex thing. Why is this non-black man showing pictures of one of the stars of the show perform in a sexual act and showing it to people while it's being filmed, and this person hasn't lost their job?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, child, where is Lanithia Leaks? Because she is the only person who can save this show. I'm like, Andy, forgive her. Forget that lawsuit. Forget all the shit she said. Give her her job back. You know, because I don't know where they're going to go with the Atlanta Housewives.
Don't know.
It's just totally lackluster. I don't even know. And then you've got poor Portia, who she's going through a divorce, and I don't even think her husband's letting her film inside their home, or she said that she can't film inside their vehicles or anything like that. So it's like, okay, wow. What are we going to see Portia over at? What is Candy's, the old lady gang restaurant? Is that where Portia Williams is going to film all of her scenes? Like, what is really going on? So, not to bring up something else, Housewives, but there is a new show that we just found out is coming out, and I'm horrified. I don't know. We didn't ask for this. We don't need this. It is basically some of the children, the adult children of stars from the Housewives are on a show. And then so they've got, this just irks me. They've got Brooks Marks. His name irks me. I don't understand why his first name and last name both end with S. Brooks Marks. It should be, that's too much.
It should be Brooke Marks or
yes,
Brooks Mark.
Yeah, not the double S's, especially with a person like me who's got a lisp. That just is like, oh my gosh, really? You don't even want me to try to talk today.
I'll just call you BM.
So yeah. So we've got Brooks Marks who's gonna be on here, and he literally talks like this. Yeah, my mom is Meredith Mars, and she's one of the stars of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yes, I just came out, but don't want you guys asking me about my love life. I also am a clothing designer. I didn't know if you guys know about Brooks Marks. Yes, it's a whole line of just one warm-up scent. And you've only seen it on my mom's show. But yeah, that's my clothing line. So get with the Brooks Marts. They're only in one color. I think you guys remember Jen Shaw was actually pimping that out for me. It is totally monotone. He has zero personality. He's just I don't even know how to describe him. It's like a nothingness.
I think you just did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, and his voice is just so monotone. There's just like, I'm like, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you hungry? The one time that I ever saw this kid on an episode show emotion is when he was on a diet, Mom. So I need for you to take me to go get healthy foods. And then he saw like this jerky. He's like, oh my God, that jerky looks so good, Mom. Can I get it? And it was fucking for a dog. And she's like, it's dog jerky. Like it's for you to give to your dog. That's the only time that I've seen any emotional range from this boy. So now he's going to be on a show without riding his mom's coattails on. Like he needs his mom so she can fucking like translate emotions for us when he's talking. So then you got Gia Giudice, which I don't know why Bravo keeps trying to make her a thing. This is literally all that Gia does. She walks into a room like was taking a 7-hour long nap, rolls her eyes and says, oh my God, Mom. That's it. That's Gia. She rolls her eyes. She rolls in a room, rolls her eyes, says something, and then she leaves. That has been her personality since she's been a child on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So then we've got Candy Burris's daughter, Riley, who, okay, I've watched some of Riley's TikTok. She's interesting when she's kind of annoying, but she's like, I can be around annoying. I'm like, okay, you kind of remind me of my kid who gets on my nerves. So, okay, I can deal with you. Then you've got Ariana Zolciak Bierman, who is Kim Zolciak's daughter on there. Those hoes need money. So yeah, she needs to work. Like, because those shoes and purses that her mom keeps trying to sell on Instagram are just not cutting it because no one's fucking buying something that Kim swore was only carried once. Bitch, we saw you 5 times at LAX in the last 6 months with that purse that you keep telling us was only worn once. And you want us to buy it at like, basically, she's knocking off like $100. I was like, okay, we're not going to do that. So I want to say we have Kamora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons' daughter, Ming Lee, is going to be on there. And then I think there's like 2 other kids that I don't know who this is. But this is like watching paint dry. Just from the fucking cast.
What's the idea of the show? Are they going to live together?
I don't know if it's like them stepping out on their own, them doing...
Because none of them live in the same city.
They don't live in the same city. I think they're all going to be in New York. Yeah, I don't even get the whole concept of the show.
Throw some shit against the wall and see what sticks.
Here's my thing. If you're going to have a group of housewives kids on a show, I want to know Housewives secret. I want to know how many inches of fucking hair it took for Teresa Giudice to get that wedding look that she had. I want to know, is your mom on Wegovy? I want to know, has your mom had plastic surgery? Is that your mom's real nose? If you can't tell me really, how much? Did your mom really embezzle that money? Is your mom going back to prison? Is your mom's career over? Like, what does your mom's closet smell like? These are things that I want to know. I want to know what's in your refrigerator. Can you give me a picture of like the inside of your mom's refrigerator? I want to know if hers is clean like mine. Mine is like semi-clean. I want to see how clean your refrigerator is. I want you to give me a tour of your mom's bedroom. I want to know how many pillows she uses. These are things that I want to know. I want to ask Ariana, are they getting a divorce? Is the house getting foreclosed on? What the fuck is going on? This is the longest foreclosure in the history of foreclosures. Like, what? Ariana, why was your mom secretly having your fucking freckles laser removed without your knowledge? This is what I need to know if it's coming from Housewives kids. I need for Ming Lee to tell me, did your dad really sexually assault women like women are claiming that he is? Is your dad really friends with Diddy? That's a show.
That was a show. If
That's
it's just
a show.
them sitting around a table talking and kikiing about all of their lives with the housewives and everything.
I
that'd be
want
a
to see
show.
that. Yeah.
I'd
No,
watch that, I think.
I think we're gonna see them walking down the streets of New York City. We're gonna
Eating
see,
food.
we're gonna see them shake up salads like the Kardashians. They shake, 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 shake the salad. They're gonna put it on a plate. They're gonna order protein. We're gonna see them eat one piece of salad the whole entire time because these people don't eat. You know, it's gonna be like that. Oh, my mom. Oh my gosh, I just don't want everyone to like treat me this way because my mom does this. Brianna's like, I don't suck dick for a living. That's what my mom does. Like, please don't judge me for the things that Kim does. I get it. You know, Raleigh could say, you know, look, yes, my mom has a sex dungeon. I'm not a freak though. Judge me for who I am. I just graduated from college. I don't know why Bravo said we need
Why
this
is it a
show.
show? Yeah.
Their kids are not interesting. Their kids were interesting when they were little and they were comical. Fucking give Melania Giudice a goddamn show. I would watch Melania, not Gia. I don't like this. Is just rich kid white people problems, and you throw in a couple of black people so you can say you have black people on the show. That's what this is. So anyway, I know you probably haven't heard. You, producer James, you being the white person that you are, don't know anything about the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake fucking battle that they've been having.
No.
Yeah, they've been writing diss tracks about one another. I mean, it's just back and forth, and these kids are acting like it is the most dangerous fucking thing between rap beat that they're ever had. Look, when I grew up, motherfuckers shot each other until they were paraplegics.
We had
Okay, what I
Tupac,
mean?
Biggie.
We had
saw
Tupac,
deaths.
we had motherfuckers had bodyguards all the way around them.
Guys
with
got
shields.
shot in the studio.
Yeah. What are you? Yeah, we have seen motherfuckers with a blunt in their mouth, fucking doing a rhyme and holding a fucking machine gun and shooting someone. That is the kind of rap beef that we're talking about here. This is pretty boy rap shit right here. Okay, this is 8th grade. Hey, listen to this beat. Boom. I'm gonna talk about you and your mama. To me, that is what this is. Yeah, this is when you tell me Kendrick and Drake are battling it out. This is how I see it through my big age of eyes.
It's a slap fight.
To me, it's a slap. I'm like,
it's a cat fight.
To me, I'm like, God damn. At least we saw Danielle knock the fuck out of Jennifer Aiden. They actually did something. You two motherfuckers just talking. Y'all are talking. This is not a beef. Y'all are literally talking. Ain't nobody scared. Nobody is scared.
You're writing diss tracks and selling them.
Yes.
I mean, basically, you're helping each other make money.
That's exact. They should be like, you know what? They probably are behind the scenes saying, "Yeah, that was good. I like that part. What you said."
Yeah.
Or then I can hear Drake saying, "Kendrick, I mean, you didn't have to go that far with him. You know, you ain't have to go that far, Ken. Like, I thought we had an agreement. We want to go that low. You went real low." So anyway, Kendrick did like this performance. I don't know the place. I don't know exactly what it was for. But, you know, he had people like Dr. Dre come out and some other well-known rappers. I mean, there were so many black people in the audience. It looked like the Million Man March. But, yeah, except for they actually had, like, more people than the Million Man March. I mean, it was black people. And then, you know, you got your white ratchet girls that are in there, too. It was a lot of blackness going on. It was so much blackness, I'd be like, no, we gonna pass this event up. No. Me and my blackness don't feel safe. I know what can break out in a crowd. Y'all ain't just hear about what happened at that Juneteenth celebration. Motherfuckers got killed. No, thank you.
Got killed celebrating.
They got killed celebrating a holiday for black people.
Freedom.
It was black people killing black people. While we are celebrating the freedom from slavery of black people.
By killing them.
And we're not there killing one another. I'm sorry, Kendrick. I'ma just watch this on the TikTok from the comforts of my home, in my bed, with my chamomile tea, where I feel safe.
In your predominantly white neighborhood.
Yes. This is where I feel safe.
Neighborhood with good schools.
I'm like, yes. Yes. Okay. So I will admit, I've watched the performance a lot of times. It really, really was a very, very good performance. Okay, so we have Kendrick. He performs, for the first time, he performs this diss track against Drake, okay? And it's really, really cool because I think it was like 15,000 people are in the audience, and they are saying it line from line for line for line for line of this diss track. I mean, you got white people who are like, we're liberals. Let's show how liberal and non-racist we are. We're gonna go to Kendrick's show, and they're up there rapping. I'm like, okay, I hope your car don't get stole, but okay, we've got them there. But then, like, he did this big thing because he had like NBA players there. Like, it was a who's who of Black Nation was there. Okay, so then he brings out like all these people start getting on the stage with him, like bum rushing him. Not him, like respectfully, they're all getting up there, they're singing. I mean, sorry, Drake. They were all up there singing the diss track against Drake. And then he had like Bloods and Crips all on the same stage getting along.
This motherfucker's doing a whole goddamn We Are the World.
Yeah, and he's like 5'1", like he's itty bitty. I'm like, well, where is he at? They've got all these basketball players. I can't see Kendrick. Yeah, I know he's got on a red hoodie, but shit, let me bend down low. I don't see the little filler. But that is just how many giant people are on the stage with him, and they're all dabbing each other up, and he's still rapping, dabbing. I mean, it was like, okay, that's kind of cool. From the safety and comfort of my home with my poodle, my chamomile tea, and my trazodone. Like, this shit is lit from where I am. I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do this right here. So you see, you got gangbangers that just, oh
Do you think they were really gangbangers? Or you think
yeah,
they were
because some people knew some of the gangbangers. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'm like, oh,
those dancers in red and blue?
no, they looked like they was about that life. I'm like, oh, don't make eye contact with this motherfucker, because I know he didn't kill 12 people today. So they're all up there. Some of them have got their kids and stuff. But which, I mean, if I'm a little kid and my dad's a gangbanger, I feel pretty safe. So, you know, they're showing like all the people. I mean, there's just so many people, and just everyone's just celebrating, just dissing Drake. Like, everyone's united. We're dissing Drake. So
He brought people together.
he brought
just to
people
say, "Fuck
together,
Drake."
like, to say fuck Drake. And then all of a sudden, this, you know, the videographer went left, and I was like, what was that? I was like, that's not what, that's not what I thought. No, shit. What? Is that fucking Northwest out there in the crowd? The gangbangers? I'm like, Kanye. Did you know Northeast out? I don't see any adult supervision. She's there with another fucking child. She's recording the shit. She said A minor. Where are you at her mom? Well, because, you know, if Kanye or Kim had been there, they would have been recording, you know, that Kim and Kanye were there.
Right.
It's just North. I'm like, North, you are just about that life. You ain't ever at home nor school. Like, I have concerns about, has child welfare been contacted? This child is at a concert with another child, and there's gangbangers there. And a lot of bad people, too. This is not safe for this child.
You have no idea how white you sound right now.
I'm just saying.
All these black people in one place. Oh my goodness. This child is here with these Negroes.
I have been around enough times at black celebrations.
You know your people.
I know my people. I know after a certain head count, I'm like, that was, they
There's a
said,
safety limit
there's
after
this,
50.
no, you know how they do red light, green light, like safety?
Right. Yeah.
It's on red. It's time for me to get me and my family the fuck up out of here, because shit's about to go left. Once I see too many backwards caps, man, too many hoodies. For one thing, I don't care if I'm in a fucking group of all white people either. I don't feel safe that way either. I'm like, no, somewhere there's a mall shooter amongst us. Nope. There's too many weird white looking people. Gots to go. I'm like, James, if you want to fucking go where that loud noise just happened amongst your people, go ahead. Me and mine, we were going to be all the way fuck back there, okay? We're going to be watching it from the news. Like, I don't need, no, too many of any particular group of people
Is a problem.
is a problem for me.
Yeah.
If it's too many, a group of people with my, you know, last name, Holman, I'm like, oh, no. No, I've seen how the Holman's at. It's about 13 of us in here. Nope, that's
Unlucky
about
number
10.
to begin with.
I'm like, that's about 10 too many of us up in here. Shit about to get thrown. Like, there's lots of situations now at this big age. I just don't feel safe. I don't. I don't. If that makes me elitist, okay, consider me amongst the elites. I don't. A group of too many people is just To me, my anxiety goes up. I need an edible. I need a Xanax. Give me half a trazodone to really get me just really numb the fuck out. It's just too much for me. And when I saw Northwest, I said, fucking course she's there. Yes, she's there. Your ass should be at summer camp. Summer camp learning how to fucking play the fiddle. That is where Northwest should be at right now.
Your parents can afford it.
Yeah, she does not need to be at the Kendrick Lamar show where he is gathering all former game bangers. Like, that doesn't sit right with me. I just don't know. But she didn't look scared. That was the scariest fucking part about all of it.
She about that life.
She's about that fucking life. All right, so when we get back from this break, I have some special guests to introduce you to. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And if you're really enjoying the show, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And if you like more Keisha, you can hear me every week on Pink Shade Podcast. Right now, we are breaking down Inmate to Roommate on A&E. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. I have some fabulous guests with me today. We have from the upcoming new reality TV show on OWN Network, Family Empire. So we have Jermisha Godot. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did, Keisha.
Is that all Louisiana Creole right there?
That's my husband. My husband is definitely Louisiana Creole all day long.
And then we have Jaquita Martin.
Hello, Keisha.
Hi. And then we have Nicole Handy.
Hi, Keisha. So happy to be here.
I'm so glad you guys could join me. So let's just get right on into it. What inspired all of you to decide to work together?
I don't think we had a choice.
I was voluntold.
Same
Okay. Because it's hard working with family sometimes.
I beg to differ. But, just our story in a nutshell. 12 years ago, our grandparents, Frank and Oscarine Brayton, they gave Jermisha and I tuition to go to real estate school.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we were working in corporate America, they gave us the tuition to go to real estate school. So that kind of almost just made us partners in real estate by default. Right?
Okay, got you.
So, yeah, we've always worked together as realtors. And so when we had went through several brokerages over the years, and it got to a point to where we were looking for a brokerage that aligned with who we were professionally, but also who we were personally.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we could not find that. And so Jermisha said, I'm going to go get my broker's license. So she went to get her broker's license. And the next day after she got her broker's license, she called and said, hey, we're starting a brokerage. So I was voluntold, right?
Okay. That's how you just said, no questions asked at all. It's like, this is how it's going to be. This is what we're going to do. Are you ready?
Right? Yeah. Hey, she's always been my partner. If she's with it, I'm with it. We'll figure it out together.
And with Jermisha and Nicole, I saw their success. And, I'm a pharmacist as well. And so, but I saw them and I said, man, they're really thriving with this real estate. I don't want to get left behind. Let me go take this exam because I want to, make sure that I'm on board, especially if they're starting their own brokerage. So I saw their success level and I didn't want to be left behind. So that's what made me pursue real estate to work with my family.
So like all families, you get voluntold. So now Jaquita does way more than just sell houses for the brokerage. Okay.
That's usually how it goes, especially when you're the youngest in the bunch.
Exactly.
You really get told what to do. So let me ask you, because sometimes it's hard when you're family and you work together, and sometimes you got to kind of cuss each other out a little bit. And then how do you get along after you clock out for the day?
There's no clocking out.
Yeah.
We don't clock out. It's all day, every day with us. I make a joke, but I'm dead serious. Like I will pick up the phone at 10 o'clock at night and tell Jermisha, hey, I'm done working. I don't want to talk about work anymore. Right. So as a family, I think that's the one thing that we have not, that family, that boundary, that family versus business, that line is real gray and it's real blurry. Okay. It does not exist.
Got you.
Uh-oh, did we lose Jermisha?
I think we did.
We did, but it's okay. She'll be jumping back in one moment.
Okay, we'll just keep on rolling. Now, let me ask you a question, because some people do not know the difference between being a real estate agent and being a real estate broker. Can you break it down for us?
Absolutely. So being a broker is simply that you are responsible for the actions and activities of real estate agents. So real estate brokers, they come with a level of experience. You cannot be a new agent and be a real estate broker, but every real estate agent, if they are not at broker status, if they are not certified to be a broker, then they must be sponsored by a real estate broker. And part of the brokers, like I said, the responsibility is, to oversee the actions and the activity of that particular real estate agent, which also includes, training, coaching, guidance,
Right.
and support.
Okay, okay. Because a lot of people didn't know the difference. Even I myself, I'm like, I've heard both the terms before, but I wasn't exactly sure what the difference was. So we hear quite often, and we hear, when I watched your show, we hear about generational wealth. I personally understand the meaning of it, but sometimes you hear people trying to describe generational wealth and they really don't know what they're talking about. So since you guys truly come from it, what would you tell other people that are continuously saying generational wealth, but they really don't understand the true meaning of it?
I believe generational wealth is it's what you leave behind to be able to transition to the next generation. And
Right.
that's where, the big goal, like you can be wealthy yourself, you and your children and your spouse can accrue wealth, but generational wealth is how you transition that wealth to the next generation, and that generation being able to sustain the wealth. And I think that is the difference. And so that's where we're trying to maintain is our grandparents created a great foundation. Now we have been charged with our our parents' generation. They did a great job making sure that we were educated. They were able to maintain their status so we can take the reins and continue the pursuit of building generational wealth for our children and our children's children.
Now, how do you think they were able to do that? Because personally, when I hear a name like Oscarine, I'm going to do whatever you say do, because I know
Amen.
you
You're
are
not
a
by
queen.
yourself,
You are a
Keisha. You
power.
Right.
Oscarine, yes, ma'am, I'm going to
It
do it.
stands for
Yes, she
hard
is
work.
right.
yes.
So how was she able to drop that down from generation to generation?
Well, one thing, first of all, Oscarine, like you said, Oscarine demands respect.
Right.
In a very loving way, but she's just some person that you see through everything that she's built and everything that she's worked for. You have it's no doubt but to respect her and the Braden name, right? So, but it starts there. But when you look at her, one thing I can say, she does look at the bigger picture, right? And the bigger picture is bigger than herself. It's her family. It's her, not only just her children, but her grandchildren. And every move that she makes, trust me, she's strategically thinking about how this will impact the next generation, whether it's her children, us, her grandchildren. And you'll see a lot of that on the show. Recently she just built some new multifamily developments. And one thing she said, she said, I'm building this because I realize I don't have a lot to leave to my grandchildren. So this will be for my grandchildren. So everything that she does and everything that she aspires to do, it's more than just her thinking of herself.
Right. It's always thinking of family. And they not only succeeded by having residential real estate, a lot of their real estate was from commercial. So they had daycares, they had fish markets, they had reception halls, washaterias, you name it.
Right.
So the success was more from, commercial than just residential alone.
Well, because we're going to see in your premiere episode, Oscarine said that she was going to sell her land and give it to her children, not the grandchildren. And you guys were like, well, Papa said, and I know you guys, you celebrated your grandfather's birthday during the episode, and he seemed to be the softie between the two grandparents.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Balance,
100%.
the balance of the two. Yes.
And what do you guys miss most about him?
Just
Oh,
how
man.
humble
Yeah.
he was. Papa he
Absolutely.
was so loving. He would give you, his very last, but he was always encouraging, and he was our biggest supporter. Everything that we did made him proud. He would just get emotional talking about that and thinking about it. But we're just really gonna miss how humble and loving he was. He was a God-fearing man, and he instilled all of that in us as well. So
Yeah.
I
I
miss, I
echo
think
that.
oh, go
I miss his presence, you know. And when
Mhm.
I say presence, it's one thing to be present on this earth. It's one thing to be present, you know, in the
Right.
lives of the people that
Mhm.
love you and the people that you love. And even at 89 and 90 years old, he didn't miss anything we had. And you know,
Right.
sometimes he would have to walk in there with a cane, and we knew his knees were hurting, you know, and he
Mhm.
would still be there in support of us and everything that we did.
That's love right
and
there.
for me, it was the balance of the calm, the energy. So we are a female dominated family, and we are
We
all
saw,
Oscar,
yes.
yes. And, you know, we are Oscarines descendants. I mean, we are type A personality, strong, dominant type women, and we need, and I miss that balance that he brings, that calm energy to the room, because we will just go, 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 go.
Yes.
And you need that presence in the room to just bring that energy down. And I miss that
Yes.
the most about him.
I totally get it. Now, let me ask you, what separates the Braden's brokerage from all the others that we have in the Houston, Texas area?
It's the brains.
I was our brand
No
alone.
more needs to be said. Did you hear the name?
I mean, it's just you know, I think we're just good people, you know, and our family comes from a very meager rural upbringing from, rural Louisiana. Like all the, the pomp and circumstances is out of, we like to see things in excellence. Like we're just good people
Right.
who want to do good things for our community, because we see what the impact that real estate has done for our family, who my papa worked, picking cotton in fields in Louisiana. Like
Mm-hmm.
we just see what hard work is good and all, but you still have to have a tool. So it's a lot of
Right.
people. I see a lot of people that work hard, but you still have to have something, a catalyst to that success. And real estate was the catalyst to our family's success. And so it's just all of that together, just the humble beginnings, fueled in hard work, determination, and God.
Right. Right. Sister Cousins, would you like to add anything to that?
I would also say just, one of our core values, we have several, but one of our core values is excellence in everything that we do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so we demand that, we demand that of ourselves, and we also demand that of our agents. And I think people resonate with that. I think people see that, we're just not out here doing things. We're trying to do it at the highest and the best level possible.
Right. And that's very important. I don't think that people realize that at all.
Mm-hmm. And our brand is very unique, and I can give thanks to my husband for that. He's our photographer, videographer, and he creates this brand for us that others try to emulate, but they can't, because he's that good at what he does. And then, of course, we're not too hard to film.
Wait a minute.
Help. That does
Is he
help.
back in the office? Is he back in the office?
You have to watch the
We
show.
haven't watched
it.
We're gonna save the spoilers. We're gonna save the spoilers. You have to watch on the OWN
Yes.
network to find
Only
out.
on yeah.
Okay. Because I was too tickled about him not wanting to come back to the office.
Yeah,
You too.
watch and
I was
see,
tickled
honey.
too. I was tickled too, Keisha. We tickled together.
Okay, so tell me, how did the show get developed? Like, whose idea was this? How did this all come together?
So honestly, we didn't go looking for a show. A show came looking for us.
That's
We
even
actually
better.
met a publicist that found out who we were through word of mouth in the Houston area, and approached us and asked what were our thoughts about possibly doing a reality show. We didn't take him serious. But he got to know us as real estate agents and brokers in the Houston area. But the more that he interacted with us, he realized that we had a great family dynamic and a family story as well, right? So,
Yes.
that was also an integral part of who we were. And so he actually introduced us to Carlos, and Carlos interviewed us, and found the same thing. Not only were we great at selling real estate, we also had a great dynamic and relatable family. And so Carlos told us one day, he said, "I want to do a show with you ladies." And we still kind of didn't believe him, but here we are.
Yep. Carlos is the one right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, I will have to say this. When I was watching your premiere, y'all show something that we do not see a lot on television. We saw a lot of titties, booties, thighs, and oxtails. We don't see that on
What else
TV.
you expect? You can't get
We're
these thighs and
Southerners.
booties without
I know.
oxtails and gravy and
I
rice.
was like,
Okay?
they not playing around with the family get together. I see some other pork chops. I see brisket. I saw your brother James who said that if your brisket is good, you don't need barbecue sauce.
Don't need nothing.
But I'm with y'all. I still like a little bit of barbecue sauce on mine. Even if the brisket is real good, I want just a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Just a little
Well,
So
if
y'all
you're eating it
must-
with bread, then yes. But if you're eating it by itself, I don't need
But
any.
you know,
You
and
don't
that's
need
what
people want a little bit of barbecue sauce. Okay,
I like
Just
a little bit of
bit.
barbecue sauce, but
Just a
some
little
men get
sauce.
greatly offended when you
Oh.
dip their barbecue sauce, their barbecue in the barbecue
Absolutely.
sauce. I'm like, I just like to dip a little bit.
Yeah, so that was a real life moment. Okay, that was
Absolutely,
not
yeah.
scripted
Highly
for TV.
offended.
I could
That's a
tell.
real life moment.
I can most definitely tell. So, how many times have you guys walked around and said, "We're having a show on Oprah's network"? Because that's all I would say everywhere I go.
Honey,
Every
I
day.
say we hit
Oh
the
my
lotto.
goodness.
You know,
Yes.
I honestly say we hit the lotto, and at the same time, I don't think we could have hit the lotto on a better network. Because you know,
Yes,
us
most
as Black
definitely.
women, I'll be honest, we've tried to emulate Oprah in everything that she does since we've
Right.
come to know who Oprah was. You know, just from
Yes.
her business aspect to her philanthropic aspect, there is nobody,
Absolutely.
none other like the Oprah Winfrey. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
You know, so
she
I
most
mean, we
definitely
still,
represents.
yeah, we still have to pinch ourselves. I know, like when we're sitting down, you know, just casually watching TV and the trailer comes on, we still get excited and jump up. You
I
know,
know.
we can't believe
Right.
it's us.
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
most
Recorded
definitely.
every single time. It's like, but yeah, we're just extremely honored. Like Oprah
grateful.
Winfrey Network.
Yeah.
That means you made it.
Yes,
that
it
means
does.
we made
You know?
it.
Yeah.
Most
And
definitely.
we feel, you know, Keisha, I think we feel like we're regular people.
Right.
And that's the part that I think is the most awe-inspiring of it all, while we're like in disbelief, is because we just feel like we're just regular people doing regular things. And
Right.
like this new stardom, somebody called the stars. We were like, what? You know, they was like, oh, y'all are boss. We was like, we just go to work every day.
Right.
We do
Right.
what's supposed to do, show up for our family, our friends, our, you know, community. And so it feels regular. Like it just feels what we should be doing. And that's
Right.
what makes it so strange.
Now, before we wrap this up, Jermisha and Jaquita, y'all know my daddy knows y'all's daddy.
Yes, I told Queen that. Okay, I said that's crazy.
Wait, was he an all-nighter? Was he an all-nighter?
So they go hunting together a lot.
Oh, okay.
And when I met your dad about a month ago, your dad had me on the floor laughing because he told a story about my dad that my dad has been holding real close to the chest.
Ooh.
I was like, oh,
no, he didn't.
Okay, Daddy,
No,
don't
he
be messy, Daddy.
story. Yes, it's like, oh, they were out there hunting and he almost passed out. He didn't want none of us to know that story right there. So I was like, this is a very, very small world right here.
It's
So,
Oh my
small.
goodness, that is
yes,
so
it is.
small.
Yes, it is. So can you tell
Well,
us,
that's
guys?
the
I
Houston
know
appeal. That's the Houston appeal,
that's
Keisha.
true.
It's like Houston is so big, but it still has like that small country
It does.
feel, like everybody kind of knows everybody.
Right.
It's just weird like that.
Yes, it is. So the show Family Empire is going to premiere June 28th on OWN Network. Can you guys tell us how to follow you on social media and anything and everything you want us to know?
You can follow me, Jermisha Goodo, also known as Madame Broker, on Instagram as Madame Broker. You can follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Jermisha Goodo. You know, just follow Braden Real Estate Group as well. Follow our real estate journey and our real estate brokerage at Braden Real Estate Group, or BradenREgroup.com is the website. So thank you. Follow us on OWN. We're super excited.
And this is Nicole Handy. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is at Mrs. Nikki Handy, MRSNIKKIHANDY, or on Facebook and LinkedIn simply as Nicole Handy. Honey, you can also Google me, Google Nicole Handy Houston, and I'll just come up just about everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. She has Google online. And I'm Jaquita Martin. You can follow me on Facebook as Jaquita Martin. On Instagram, I am RealtorRx_.
Well, it was great meeting all you ladies. The show looks fantastic. Cannot wait to continue to watch your journey. And thank you for taking time out to be on the Libra Lounge with Keisha.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having
Keisha,
us.
we
Thank
appreciate the
you.
opportunity.
Yes.
No problem.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.